day one, first 12 hours. We weigh them, measure them, nasal gin, tag goes in. Those tags go in and they stay with them all the way through their life for us. We've used Allflex forever, had great success with them. You know, it's a product we use all the time. I mean, it's been good for us. You hear it a lot of times as a 4-H project went wild. You know, my dad raised dairy cattle as a kid growing up, and then wanted my brother and I to have cattle. And in the early 70s, of course, Herefords were king. So we got some Hereford heifers, full Hereford heifers actually, and started showing in 1974. And progressively grew more and more and more. And then by the time we got into college, we started Lambert Ranch in Sonoma, started getting bigger and bigger, and here we are. Kept growing. And then when my dad passed away in 2001 is when I took off and did my thing, Lambert Ranch. You know, predominantly a Hereford ranch. We've always been that way forever. But we ran probably 100 or so Angus cows for a long, long time, and then our farming operation kind of changed. We put in some walnuts and started farming, so we got rid of the Angus, but now we've gotten back into Sem-Angus, and we've run those along with our Herefords, and we breed our Sem-Angus bulls to our Hereford cows sometimes, and vice versa, or make our commercial cows up. So we have a growing commercial herd. We have a huge demand for baldy cows right now, and baldy steers, so we kind of feel the advantage is to go that route. Identification is huge for us. And our tags are all herd ID numbers, so through the association, all the associations, the herd IDs are tied to that tag. And then we keep a spreadsheet of everything, what field they're in, what they're getting bred to, what vaccinations we do, all ties back to that tag. That's pretty important for us, especially in a purebred operation. You know, there's still that opportunity where a bull will jump over, or calves get switched by their moms out in a big pasture or something like that. But we can go back through that with those tag numbers and figure out, hey, this cow was in this field next to this field here with this group here, and we can kind of, through DNA, figure out who's who. We used another product because at the time we had a hard time getting product during the COVID, and we went back to Allflex, and we'll continue. It's a product that works, right? It stands out. You can look out there, I can see it, it snaps out. You know, I know that product's gonna be yellow or it's gonna be orange. And you're down in the valley, especially you call me, the cows are out. First thing I ask them, what color are they, right? And they'll say they're red, well then maybe it is me. But then they say they're yellow, tag, then I know it's me. So we'll use, we've always used yellow, and then back in the day, part of it started out I was yellow because my dad was orange. All the Creekside cattle were all orange, and we were all Flex N2. And then actually when my kids were younger and they had their own little herds before they went off to college and stuff, they had different colors for them. You know, we had blue, Megan had pink, I think Clay was green. So we had different, so they could go out as little kids and say, hey, that's mine. Now we use a small, like a mini tag on our commercial cows, because we are such a Hereford outfit that when we have black cows out, people don't think to call us. So they have our name and phone number and everything on those little small tags under their ear, and it's yellow also. That tag hangs flat, hangs down flat, doesn't have a long tail, it's not slapping around in their ear, it sits right there in their ear, I can see it. And they stay in. Those tags don't fade out. I mean, we've got cows, you go out and look around now, they're 13 years old and you can still read those tags.